Welcome, everybody. We're so glad that you're here. We're doing a little bit of background work right now. So as you are joining us, if you can, open your chat and let us know who you're here to celebrate. That will help us assign you to a room later on in the program when we will break out and celebrate your graduate. Welcome, everybody. We're so glad. And we're streaming live to YouTube. So if you have folks who you'd like to watch or peek in on us, you're more than welcome to send them to the Angelo State Engineering YouTube channel where they can watch the program live.
Well, it's so great to see everyone. What a beautiful picture. All right, I think, Andrea, I think we have everybody. Did you see Jake? Is Jake here?
Kendall Wimberly, are you really Jake?
He must be like calling from work or something like. Okay, so Jake's here, right? All right, we're gonna get started then. So let's see, I have to bring up my agenda because I don't know what I'm doing without an agenda. So give me just one more second. I have that part. I have one more thing I need to make sure I can find. That's this thing. All right. All right. Fantastico. Well, welcome everyone to the fall 2020 Civil Engineering graduation of the David L. Hirschfield Department at Angelo State University. I'm so glad everyone could come here. We've been doing this online thing for a while now. It's getting better by the day. But I first of all would like to welcome everybody who's here tonight. I'd like to welcome particularly our graduates for fall 2020 of Team Anchor, to their families and friends, to the members of our Industrial Advisory Council who might be here, to the faculty and staff of the David L. Hirschfield Department of Engineering. And I'd like to introduce our special guest tonight. I believe that from the leadership at Angelo State, I believe Dr. Sweats is in the house. I know that both Dr. Flores and Dr. Topliff are sending their regrets. They wanted to be with us tonight, but they're over at the Janelle Center doing the filming for the virtual graduation ceremony, which is where a bunch of these graduates are going to be soon. So, but Dr. Sweats, would you like to say hello to everyone and give us some greetings?
Well, I would. Thank you, Dr. Kitch. And first of all, congratulations to the fall 2020 Ramjoneers. I know this is a struggle. It's been a long road. I understand that. And I also see many people with family, friends, supporters. I'm a parent of 5. And I know that you don't get to be a college graduate by yourself. So congratulations to all the supporters as well. Well done. Well done for everybody for the Anchor class. I don't know what Anchor comes from. Maybe Dr. Kitch will talk about that soon, but congratulations to the Anchor group. I have to say, one of the many, well, maybe one of the few joys of being a dean is that I get to stand on stage and shake hands with people as you walk across at commencement. And I don't get to do that this fall. And I didn't get to do that last spring. And I hate that. But what I do know is that my handshake isn't what gives anybody a degree. And Dr. Kitch saying, yeah, congratulations, Anchor class isn't what gets you a degree. It's the work and the qualifications and the effort that everybody has put in that makes you a Ramjoneer. And now you're going off and you're going to make us proud. And I have full confidence that you'll do that. And I hope that everybody here feels the same level of pride. Well, I'm sure many of you feel a higher level of pride than I do, but my level of pride is very high. I appreciate what you do. Some of you I know very well. Some of you I don't know very well. But congratulations to the whole class. I don't want to take the time, Dr. Kitch, but thank you for the opportunity to be a small part of this thing. Congratulations to the Ramjoneers of fall 2020. And also, so thank you.
Be loud.
Thank you, Dr. Sweats. Really appreciate that warm welcome. I want to tell you a little bit about what's going to go on in this ceremony because we got not too many moving parts, but there's 4 main parts to the ceremony. We're going to first do a virtual Order of the Engineers ceremony. This is a new ceremony that we started just this year. Now that we have an accredited civil engineering program, we're going to be able to induct all of our graduates into the Order of the Engineers. That's the first thing we'll do. When we're done with that, we'll have our traditional coin ceremony, But that's a taped ceremony. We're going to direct all of you to a YouTube video where you can watch your graduates walk up to the Hunter Strain Lab, receive their coins, and we'll do the plaque reveal for the graduates' plaque. When that's done, we're all going to join back on the Zoom. Don't ever leave the Zoom meeting. You can watch this other one just from another frame. And then we'll come back here and we have breakout rooms for one breakout room for each of the family. We're going to ask you to join those rooms where we've tried to pre-program you in those rooms as best as possible. If you don't happen to do that, just hang out in the main room. We'll send you the breakout rooms. And the faculty and the staff are kind of wander between those rooms. And so we can say our congratulations to each of the graduates and the families. And you have the ability to move between rooms if you want to. So if you're here to visit more than one graduate, you're welcome during that last phase of the visitation part to just bop around to the rooms as you please. And if you can't figure out how to do that, just chat with one of the hosts and we'll help move you around to the right rooms. So without any further ado, I would like to start the Order of the Engineers ceremony. And I need to check to make sure Dr. Pignon and Dr. Vargas are ready to go. Are you two have the script up and are you ready to go? Can you give me a yay, please?
Yay.
Sí, señor.
Ah, que bueno. All right, here we go. Well, welcome everyone. It's my privilege on behalf of the Order of the Engineer to preside over this ceremony. Other members of the order who will be presiding on this and assisting with this ceremony are Dr. Gustavo Vargas and Dr. Aldo Pignon, both of whom just became members of the order last week. So I would ask all the graduates who are about to be inducted into the ceremony to grab your packet. If you don't have it, now's a good time to go find it. I will start by giving you a history of the Order of the Engineers. This ceremony is an opportunity for us to take a pledge which reminds us that the engineering profession we are pursuing a complex art in the spirit of public service. By accepting the obligation, each engineer reinforces the efforts of their peers, showing that in unity there is strength. Decades ago, engineers in Canada believed there was a need to introduce a spirit of camaraderie and cohesiveness among engineers, a need to instill in engineers a consciousness of belonging to one another and to the people they served. In 1925, Canadian engineers started a ceremony now known as the Ritual of the Calling of an Engineer. The words of the ritual were written by the English author Rudyard Kipling, who had a great appreciation for engineers as the builder of things designed to benefit mankind. The Canadian ceremony is dignified, impressive, and includes the placing of a wrought iron ring on the small finger of the individual's working hand, and then repeating in unison the words of Kipling. It's difficult to imagine a better symbol than to wear a ring for everyone to see and state in public that here is an engineer dedicated to the profession and to those it serves. In Ohio, engineers had also established the idea of a pledge similar to that written by Kipling. In October 1953, officers of the Ohio Society of Professional Engineers began a discussion with the Canadian wardens responsible for the administration of the calling of an engineer, with the idea of possibly extending the Canadian ceremony to the United States. However, due to copyright and other complicating factors, extending the ritual into this country was not possible. During 1966, a group of engineers in Ohio, with members of several engineering organizations, started creating what is now called the Order of the Engineer. While this group was deliberating, seniors of the Fenn College of Engineering at Cleveland State University, encouraged by their dean, Burl Bush, designed and held a ring ceremony and reception on June 4th, 1970. At this ceremony, each participant signed a creed and received a plain stainless steel ring placed on the small ringer of his or her working hand. 170 engineering seniors and engineering faculty members took part in this first ceremony. Since then, the movement has spread rapidly throughout the states. This is the story of the creation and growth of the Order of the Engineer, as it is known in the United States today. It is patterned on the Canadian concept, but using a stainless steel ring to symbolize the strength and unity of the profession and to provide an identifying mark as an engineer.
And now next, I will talk about the significance of the order. The Order of the Engineer, to which you will soon belong, is an independent organization. The purpose is to foster a feeling of pride in and dedication to this profession which binds us together. You are asked to proudly accept the meaning of the ceremony in which you are about to participate. You should take this obligation freely and gladly accept its responsibilities. The order is symbolized by accepting the obligation and wearing a stainless steel ring on the little finger of your working hand. The obligation is the formal statement of an engineer's responsibility to the public and to the profession. It is a creed similar to the Hippocratic Oath commonly taken by medical doctors. It establishes an ethical code. The obligation contains parts of the canon of ethics of major engineering societies. Initiates, as you voluntarily accept it, you pledge to uphold the standards and dignity of the engineering profession and to serve humanity by making the best use of Earth's precious and limited resources. The obligation is a composite of several creeds. It emphasizes the fact that we, as engineers, have certain obligations. It promotes honesty and integrity and recognizes that today's engineers are dependent on their predecessors for their skills.
Okay, now it's my turn to explain you the significance of the ring. This ring, the ring, is a symbol of pride, prestige, honor, and professionalism among all engineers in the United States. It serves as a reminder to each engineer of our obligation to society. The engineer's ring is the symbol of our desire to serve the public. The ring you will wear on the fifth finger of your working hand I'm sorry, I lost will say to everyone who sees it, hey, here's an engineer who has publicly affirmed their dedication to the profession and the public they serve. It's our symbol. Wear it for everyone to see it. It's a badge of recognition which will be known to everyone as the sign of highly educated professional pledged to making the best use of Earth's precious and limited resources.
Now, will each of the candidates for induction into the Order of the Engineer please ensure you have in front of you the pocket card with the oath, your certificate of induction, a pen with which to sign your certificate, and your stainless steel ring. Candidates for the Order of the Engineer, candidates for the Order. The Order of the Engineer is an independent movement. The purpose is to foster a feeling of pride and dedication to our profession. Your membership in the Order is symbolized by accepting an obligation and wearing the stainless steel ring on the little finger of your working hand. There are no meetings other than a ceremony, and there are no dues. It is with humility and the need for divine guidance that we take this pledge. When you are called upon, please raise your right hand and recite the obligation of an engineer. After reciting the obligation, you may sign your certificate. Andrea will now call each person by name, starting with the students.
Branch, if you will at this moment unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I'm an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but the honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and infidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Branch. If you can sign your certificate now. Next, I'd like to invite Damon, if you'll unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligation. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skills carry with the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skills and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Damon. You can now sign your certificate, and if you will remute your mic. Next, I'd like to ask Nicholas Gillette, if you'll unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and to the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and fidelity to the profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Nicholas. You can now sign your certificate. Thank you for remuting your mic. Next, I'd like to ask Jake Gravel, if you'll unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation. I think we have some trouble connecting to your audio, Jake. Okay. Oops. Unfortunately, we can't connect to your audio, Jake. So I'm gonna pause on you and ask Taylor Holscher, if you will unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession. Conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skills and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and infidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Taylor. If you can now sign your certificate, if you will mute your mic back for me, thank you. Next, I'd like to invite Tyler. If you'll unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of Earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation to the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, TK. You can now sign your certificate. Thank you for remuting your mic. Next, I'd like to ask Nora, if you will unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession. Conscious always that my skills carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use to the earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I should participate in none but honest enterprises needed. My skills and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of the duty and in fidelity to my profession, I should give my utmost.
Thank you, Nora. You can now sign your certificate. If you will remute your mic. I'd like to invite Maria Ochoa, if you'll unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Maria. You can now sign your certificate. Thank you for muting your mic. I'd now like to invite Erica Ortiz, if you will unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession. Conscious always that my skills carry with the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Erica. You can now sign your certificate. Thank you for remuting your mic. Next, I'd like to ask Patrick Perales, if you'll unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Patrick. If you will remute your mic, thank you. You can now sign your certificate. I'd now like to ask Jake. I think we have audio connection with Jake. Jake, if you'll unmute your mic.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Raise your right hand and recite the obligation.
I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession. Conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Jake. You can now sign your certificate. We have one alumni who's joining us this evening. Jaden Smith, if you'll unmute your mic, raise your right hand, and recite the obligation for us.
I'm an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance, and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and dignity of my profession. Conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises when needed. My skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost.
Thank you, Jaden. Dr. Kitch, that concludes all of the obligations. I'll turn it back to you.
All right, now for all of our inductees. Now, in the presence of your fellow engineers, you will be placing your ring on the working hand, indicating on the pinky finger of your working hand, indicating you have accepted the obligation of the Order of the Engineers. So now, get your rings, and as close as you can to your camera, if you can, grab your ring and put it on all together now. Yeah, push. Come on, Erica. Come on. All right. Applause is in order. Congratulations to all our new members of the Order of the Engineers. You're only the second group inducted here at Angelo State. All right, we're going to move on to our next ceremony, which is the unveiling of the plaque. I have just put, and since the video quality of us repeating it on Zoom isn't so good, we put a link up to the YouTube, and I've just put it in the chat. You can click straight on that. It should take you to it, or you can go just to the engineering YouTube channel, and you should be able to watch that. So please go to the channel, watch it. It takes about 8 minutes, and we'll just wait for everybody to return here after that, and we'll get on with the meet and greet part of the ceremony. So please go to that link right now and watch our video of the coin ceremony and the unveiling of the anchor plaque.
Dr. Kitch, for those who might just be on one device without multiple screens, I can share my screen and we can try it from here.
Sure, that'd be fine. Or if you need to log out to do that and just log back into Zoom, that would work too. So we'll run it here and for whatever quality that is. But if you can get offline and run it on your own device, it'll be much better. So go ahead, Andrea. please welcome our Fall 2020 Civil Engineering graduates. Branch Alley, Damon Butterfuss, Nicholas Gillette, Jake Gravel, Taylor Holscher, Tyler TK Hornigy, Nora Lopez, Maria Ochoa, Erica Ortiz, Patrick Paredes. The engineering coin ceremony is a special tradition at Angelo State University. In this ceremony, each graduate receives a special commemorative coin from the department chair and a secret engineering handshake. Congratulations, TK. Congratulations, Erica. Congratulations, Damon. Congratulations, Taylor. Congratulations, Jake. Congratulations, Nora. Congratulations, Branch. Congratulations, Nicholas. Congratulations, Maria. And congratulations, Patrick.
Congratulations, everyone. I'd like to wish every one of you the best as you start your new careers and your new goals. your dreams are coming true. I know it was hard work, and I know there were days that you cried and you wanted mom and dad, but the teachers were here and the advisors were here. I just want to say good luck on your new adventures. Keep going, keep rising to the stars, and wishing you a lot of luck.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I am so proud of you. I have seen all of your hard work these past couple of years, and it has been inspiring. I love all you guys and gals, and I hope to hear all about your successes. And remember, you're always part of the engineering ramp band.
Class of fall 2020 civil engineering graduates, I remember so long ago when you first came into our offices seeking advising, and now you are ready to graduate. I am so proud of all that you've accomplished, for all the work that you've done to establish a strong student body of civil engineers here at Angelo State. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Wishing you the best.
Congratulations, class of December 2020. It's been a long journey, but you guys finally made it. I've had so much fun getting to know each and every one of you. You guys are like my first class that I've seen go from being young first-year students to being full graduates. And so it's been great to get to teach you in so many classes, get to really know each of you, work together with a lot of you. And I look forward to all the great things you guys are going to do in your careers.
Hi, this is Dr. Piñon, and I want to congratulate the graduates of the 2020 fall students, civil engineering students. I'm very proud of you. After all those sleepless nights, you did it, so I congratulate you. And I know you'll do great things, so I don't wish you luck because I know you'll do great things. I want for you confidence and wisdom so that you're gonna take the best decisions in your career, and that you will know that with confidence and trust, you'll do whatever you want to achieve. So again, congratulations, especially in these turbulent times. We are very proud of you. Thank you.
Okay, class, fall 2020. I am very glad of you, very proud of you. You finished your careers. You were my first students in the States, and you will be with me forever. I would like to see your future, your personal and professional future. I know it will be great, so very good luck. Do your best and go for it.
To the class of December 2020, Branch, Damon, Nicholas, Jake, Taylor, Tyler, Nora, Maria, Erica, and Patrick. I am fiercely proud of each of you. I'm proud of all of our graduates, but this class in particular for coming through this trial in a time of pandemic. Your perseverance has been amazing. I can't wait to see where your careers take you. Go Ramgineers.
Yay! Sorry for the background noise. We're now going to open up all of our breakout rooms. So I'm going to open the room so you can go to your room. So for folks here, I didn't know which graduate you were here to see. If there is a breakout room box at the bottom of your screen, you can by all means go to the graduate that you are here to celebrate. But if you want, you can also let me know, and I'm happy to assign you to that room. Meredith, do you know where you want to go?
Yes, Jake Gravel.
Okay, I gotcha. Oops. I think I do. Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
No, not your fault. I'll get you there.
Okay. Jake Gravel. Yay! Hey, Lissa. Can you see me?
Yes, but how do we?
Okay.
Jake?
And I'm wondering, Jake he was having trouble with his. So I don't know if he's going to be in his own breakout room.
It looks like I can't send you there.
Uh-oh.
I'm so
I
sorry.
think he was having trouble that whenever he was trying to connect and I texted him, I was like, Jake, you can't be heard. Is that him?
So which family are we? Oh, this is Maria's family?
No, I think what happened is we all got brought back to the main room. So if you'll give me a second, I'm going to open the rooms again. Just give me 1 second and I will send folks to where they need to go.
And did you accidentally close them or did?
No, I think it auto closed.
So if you go, there's like a, on the menu, there's like an extra thing. It probably was accidentally set to like close in a minute or something.
That's what it was.
Okay, so set it to like 10 minutes or something.
Okay, done. And actually, before I let you guys leave, it looks like I need to assign some folks who weren't previously assigned. So if you give me 2 minutes, I can get those assigned and then I'll send you to your rooms.
Well, yeah, I think you go ahead and send us and then just add them to the rooms as
I can't. I tried that earlier.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second and I'll get everybody assigned to their room. Melissa's iPhone. Melissa's iPhone, where would you like to go?
Jake Gravel.
Got it. Melissa. And Meredith's iPhone, where would you like to go?
Jake Gravel.
Perfect. All right.
For me.
Is that Jake?
And not yet.
Can y'all hear me?
I haven't dismissed you yet. Give me 1 second. Almost there.
Okay.
Stephanie's iPhone, where would you like to go?
To TK.
TK, you got it, Stephanie. Oh, okay. Okay, I got everybody assigned, so here we go. We're gonna open the rooms. Mary Lee, I think you got stuck with me. I'm assuming you're here for Taylor.
Hey, TK.
Howdy, howdy.
How are you doing, mister?
You good and yourself?
What do you feel being an engineer?
Hey, Andrea, I got about halfway through. You suppose you could try it one more time? Those people that have to leave could leave.
Sure, we'll do 5 more minutes.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm almost through.
Here we go, back to the rooms. Hi. Are you all here for Taylor? Okay. For some reason, it didn't let you.
Yeah, I unmuted us. Just leave and try to go back in. I'm gonna do it.
Hello again, everyone.
So
And
I'm obviously no good at this because I missed, let's see, Erica, I didn't get to your group. Congratulations, Erica. Let's see, who else did I not get to? I think I almost made it around. Erica, I think you're the only group I didn't quite get to. Did I get to
Okay,
Nora?
it's a bunch of kids anyway. I don't think you want to talk to us.
Oh, I would have talked to you. I mean, anybody from Mertzen, I'll talk to anybody from Mertzen. I go to Mertzen at least once a year. Well, I used to before COVID. Well, thank you all for coming. Congratulations to everyone. I know some of you are going to have to disappear to get over to the walkthrough.
Please send pictures.
Yes, send pictures, everything. Keep in touch. I'll be sending all the graduates an email here in a while. Maybe I'll grade your papers first. Anyway, congratulations, everyone. Thank you very, very much to Andrea for helping us make this all happen. I think this is our third of the big online things. We're getting so much better. If you remember what the one was like at the beginning of the year, see how much better we are. Anyway, felicitaciones. Congratulations. I wish everyone the best. And keep in touch with us all. I'm going to send you all, graduates, come send you all some congratulatory emails and ask you for ways for us to keep in touch. But we really appreciate everyone being here. Congrats to all.
Get nice and pretty. Take pictures at the walk.
Felicidades a todos. Congratulations to all.
And enjoy Thanksgiving without returning to campus.